Have you noticed the shift in how we write software lately? The developer community calls it vibe coding, a new paradigm where we rely heavily on autonomous AI agents to do the heavy lifting. But as models like O3 and GPT-5 Codex take on massive tasks like generating full pull requests, a massive user experience problem has emerged: the waiting game. These complex tasks can take anywhere from 2 to 10 minutes. Previously, developers suffered from massive cognitive friction. You'd have to constantly context switch, repeatedly reopening terminal windows or application threads just to check if the AI was still thinking, waiting for your input, or finally done. It was incredibly disruptive to deep work. Enter Codex Pets. In May 2026, OpenAI officially deployed an entirely new ambient awareness UX paradigm for its desktop application. Instead of staring at a static progress bar or toggling between windows, developers now get animated, state-based digital companions. These floating overlays live right on your desktop, compatible with both macOS and Windows, and serve as persistent ambient visual indicators of what your AI agent is doing in the background. It solves the context switching nightmare by keeping you informed without taking your eyes off your main work. It's not just a nostalgic terminal novelty, it's a fully integrated graphical UI revolution. So, how exactly do these digital companions work? Codex pets are much more than just static graphics. They operate on a sophisticated state based animation paradigm. The pet reacts dynamically to five specific operational triggers from the Codex backend. When the AI is processing, the pet is in a thinking or running state. If the agent hits a roadblock and needs human approval, the pet switches to an idle or waiting state, often flashing a small red clock face. Once the code is ready, you'll see a done animation, usually accompanied by a green check mark. It even reacts to error states and direct mouse clicks. You can summon them using a simple /pet command in the Codex interface. But the real magic happens with the hatch pet skill. Using a command line prompt, developers can generate entirely custom pets. You just type a descriptive prompt, and an integrated image generation system builds an 8 by 9 animation atlas, mapping out idle, walking, and thinking states bundled in a JSON manifest file. This deep integration is powered by the Model Context Protocol, meaning your pet can even sync with external third-party tools. OpenAI gave us a few built-in classics like Dewey the rubber duck and a hilarious blue screen of death pet. But the community has taken customization to an entirely different. In a twist absolutely no one saw coming, the launch of Codex Pets accidentally ignited a wild, speculative cryptocurrency microeconomy. Because the modern tech ecosystem moves at breakneck speed, the intersection of AI feature releases and decentralized finance created an instant market on the Solana blockchain. Immediately after OpenAI's announcement, opportunistic Web3 developers launched derivative meme coins. The most prominent is the Codex Pets token, trading under the ticker symbol PETS. With a capped supply of roughly 1 billion tokens, PETS experienced extreme volatility right out of the gate. We're talking 24-hour gains exceeding 700% during peak FOMO, driven largely by the massive popularity of the animal meme narrative in the crypto space. Parallel to this, we saw the launch of the Codex Pet Index, or PetDex. Pitched as an experimental public index and discovery platform, PetDex tries to offer slightly more utility, providing developers with one-click installation tools and community sharing standards for their custom pets. Centralized exchanges have even jumped in, offering staking mechanisms and arbitrage opportunities. But let's be clear, financial experts and academics strongly advise treating these tokens as highly speculative, high-risk vehicles. With Beyond the Crypto Casino, Codex Pets present massive security and legal headaches. The biggest immediate threat is copyright infringement. The HatchPet generative tool has no strict guardrails, meaning online galleries were instantly flooded with unauthorized sprites of Pokemon, anime characters, and real-world tech executives. This exposes platforms to aggressive DMCA takedowns and serious intellectual property litigation. There is also the moderation nightmare of NSFW content being generated on enterprise machines. But the most alarming risks are technical, because these floating overlays require deep system level permissions, like accessibility and screen recording. They expand your computer's attack surface. If the Codex application or its connection protocols are compromised, malicious actors could theoretically exploit these permissions to monitor user activity across all applications. Despite the risks, the ecosystem is expanding at a staggering pace, pointing to a fascinating future for human computer interaction. A perfect example of this is the rapid cross platform integration by third party developers. Within days, popular offline desktop assistant apps like ShellChan updated their software to natively support Codex Pet sprites. Users can now import their generated JSON manifests into ShellChan, instantly upgrading their 2D pets with text to speech, lip syncing, and conversational animations, and then share them directly to the Steam Workshop. Looking forward, the shift from rigid dashboards to ambient visual companions represents a permanent evolution in agentic UX. As AI models become more autonomous, taking on long running tasks like massive code based debugging, this non intrusive status reporting will become the industry standard. We can expect future iterations to feature even deeper IDE synergies, turning these passive pets into interactive conduits where you can execute complex workflows just by clicking your companion. Furthermore, the accidental collision of AI and Web3 we saw with pets tokens might become intentional, using blockchain mechanics to. If this breakdown helped, like the video, subscribe for more explainers, share it with a builder who cares about better AI workflows, and I will see you in the next one.